What's up, y'all? This is me, Keisha, and I'm here with the all new, all tea, all shade, Real Housewives. Shut up! I'm filming! Sorry, guys. Um, that was me being a black mama. Anywho, this is my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 1, Episode 7 review. Okay, so on tonight's episode, we start off with, what do you want? I am filming, and you are bothering me and my T-Squad. Close the door. Thank you so much. Anywho, okay, so on tonight's episode, Meredith is at the fashion show. You know, she is showing a lot of her jewels. They'll be in the show. Whitney is going to be in the show. This is her first time modeling. And Meredith's son, Brooks, is showing his collection. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. So Jen, Heather, Mary, and Whitney's husband come to support. When Mary arrives, Jen and Heather are already seated front row, and there is a seat right next to Jen, which is for Mary, but I guess she didn't realize that it was for Mary, because when she sees Mary come in, she looking like, oh shit, this bitch gotta sit next to me. And Mary was low-key feeling the same way, like, oh my God, I gotta sit next to this Tyrannosaurus Rex face ass bitch, like, what the fuck? But like always, Mary tries with Jen, and she sit next to her, and she was like, you look pretty today. Now, I don't know if it was just the way they edited it, but they edited it in a way to make it seem like Jen just looked at her like, bitch, why are you talking to me? But I'm pretty sure that's not how it went down in real life. If it did, I would holler. So Whitney was very nervous about being in a fashion show, but she did a really good job. Her boobs looked great. The ladies cheer her on. Mary really went up for Whitney, and the ladies really went up for Meredith when she walked the runway. Then Brooks showed his collection. It was Brooks and about 5 other male models that ripped the runway, and they came down in these blue track suits with white and red piping. His looked like he was a gay crossing guard. The other guys was just plain, but you know, he bedazzled his. But it was literally the same jogging suit. Nobody had on anything different. It was literally one jogging suit. How are you in a fashion show, my darling, with the one look, with the one outfit? You don't have a collection, nigga. You have an outfit. Like, the white privilege of it all. Like, I wouldn't even be involved in it. You'd only have one thing to show. If that would have been anybody else, they would not have let that little boy be in that damn fashion show. But because he's Meredith's son, they allowed him in that damn show. He shouldn't even wanted to be in there with only one outfit. And to be honest with you, the shit was basic as hell. It looked like some shit that the U.S. Olympic team would wear. It looked like they want to be like, USA, USA, USA. Like, that's who he needs to design for, the U.S. Olympic team. Like, we didn't get to have the Olympics last year, so the shit is coming up again soon. Like, he needs to donate that shit to the Olympic track team, goddammit, because that shit was basic as fuck. It was red, white, and blue. It was so Americana, and it was lame and boring as hell. And once again, you cannot be in a fashion show with just one fucking outfit, my nigga. Have several. So after the show, Brooks FaceTimes his dad with Meredith sitting right there. And as soon as the father picks up the FaceTime, he says to them that they look interesting. And then he asks them, have they been abducted? That daddy rude as fuck. Like, why would that be the first thing that you say to this boy after he does his show? You gonna say that his outfit look interesting, and you gonna say they look like I got abducted, who, by aliens? Like, he was so rude. He was basically telling them they looked fucked up, they looked weird, they looked stupid. Like, what the fuck are y'all wearing? It wasn't on no congratulations, son, congratulations, Meredith, you guys did a wonderful job, wish I could have been there, sorry I wasn't there. Like, he was so rude. Like, and I don't even think that he thought that he was being rude. And Brooks, you could tell, was very hurt and offended by what he said. And he even says to his father, I'm your child asking you to come be a father in my life, and you won't. And I feel a little hurt by it. And it's more than being a little hurt by it. He's very hurt by the fact that his father didn't show up for him. So he was like, do you hear me? And Seth says, we all need to just breathe. I'm getting anxiety over this conversation. It's like, nigga, what? Like, you're making yourself the victim. Like, what do you mean we all need to calm down? Nigga, your son is literally calling out for you to step up as a father and to be there for him and support him, but you can't do it. And it's just like, what is wrong with you? Like, is this part of the problem in y'all marriage, that he doesn't want to take accountability for the shit that he does? And then here come Meredith in her confessional saying she feels partly responsible because she was the one that asked Seth for space. But I was like, you asked him for space for you and him. That ain't got shit to do with him coming and supporting y'all son. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. One ain't got nothing to do with the other. A ain't got shit to do with B or C. God damn it. Like, so she's putting that burden on her shoulders. It's ridiculous. She up her dabbing her eyes, crying and shit. I'm like, stop making excuses for this grown ass man. He should have been there. Point blank and the motherfucking period. He should have been there. He was rude. And y'all need to figure this shit the fuck out. So, Whitney goes to Heather's med spa to get a facial. And they discuss Heather's relationship issues again, and I am over it. I'm sick of it. Like, every episode, Heather whining about ain't got no man, she need a man, where her man at, I don't want a man, I just want to fucking worry about my business, but then again, I'm lonely and I'm jealous because y'all got somebody and I don't. It's like, girl, she goes around the Mulberry bush like you don't know what Heather you gonna get on what episode. I'm sick of her and this woe is me act. Like, Meatloaf, get it the fuck together. So she says that she doesn't want to hurt her kids anymore, so she focuses on work because, you know, when she divorced, that put a stigma on her in the Mormon community because, you know, you don't get divorced, and, you know, people, you know, didn't really want to fuck with her and her kids. She was very grateful for the people that still did want, you know, to allow their kids to even play with their children. Like, the fact that you have to be shunned in this religion says a lot to me. Like, that's very cultish. It's very Scientologist. Like, I wouldn't even miss no shit like that, girl. No. So, Jen is at home and her assistant comes in with her tray of breakfast food for her and her medicine. And that's when she tells us that she suffers from anxiety and depression and that she was diagnosed after her father died. And after her father died, you know, and Sharif not being there because he's always working, really sent her spiraling, because when her father was alive, you know, she could depend on her family, like being a bufferer for when he wasn't around all the time. But now that her dad is gone, she really doesn't have anybody. And she's, you know, basically having empty nest syndrome because her kids are older. They're not just in the house anymore. So she's by herself. Jen is a very lonely, insecure woman. And instead of placing her anger and her disappointments on where they need to be, aka her husband, and dealing with her father's death, she lashes out at everyone around her. And I believe it's because she's afraid that if she faces the issues with her marriage with Sharif, she's going to realize that there is no relationship. Because it's obvious that he's not going to choose their marriage over his career. He made that abundantly clear when he chose to go to a football game that he had to coach over being at his wife's father's funeral. So I think that instead of confronting him and confronting their relationship issues, she deflects and just lashes out at everybody around her instead of dealing with him and dealing with herself and dealing with the issues that they obviously have in their relationship. She even goes on to say that, you know, her lashing out after her father's death almost ruined her marriage. Sharif was tired of her acting out and said he was leaving her. I mean, the nigga ain't been around, so where was he really leaving? She says that was her rock bottom and that they low-key gave her an intervention, him and the kids. And her oldest son was like, Mom, you know, take the medication, because Sharif was on some shit where he was telling her, you don't need no medication. You just need to pray, this is and that. And you know, black people are always saying you just need to pray and whatever the case may be. And prayer does help. Don't even get me started on that. Prayer does work. God is real. But a pill also will help your ass too. I'll never forget when I got diagnosed with panic disorder, with anxiety. My father was like, don't you take that medication. You know, that stuff gets you hooked and this and that. And I listened to him, and I suffered for like another week of, you know, having heart palpitations and being jittery on the inside and feeling like I was about to die and have a stroke. I had to go through that another week. And I'll never forget, my grandmother pulled me to the side and she was like, girl, take that medication. It's not gonna make you an addict or nothing. She was like, take that medication because I'm on it too. And that's when I realized that anxiety runs in my family. I had no idea because black people don't talk about it. You know, they keep it to themselves. And I'm so happy that I listened to my grandmother because it actually did help me. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm happy that she did, you know, get the help that she needs. But we see her call Sharif because she says she's feeling grumpy and that she needs to talk so she won't spaz out on anybody. And I was like, it just seems like she calls Sharif for dumb reasons pretty much, and that's her way of getting his time. If I act needy and act like I'm on the edge of fucking disaster or something is about to happen to me, that's the only time I can really get his attention. And once again, she's deflecting on what the issues really are. And I can tell that he probably gets sick of having to coddle her. You're a grown-ass woman, and every 5 minutes I got to talk you off the ledge. But low-key, that's her way of connecting to him. I don't even feel like half the time nothing be wrong with that damn woman. I feel like that's her way of reaching out to him because nothing else is working. But if they sit down and have a conversation about where this marriage is going, I think that neither one of them want to face the fact that their relationship is dead and gone, child. What y'all think about the relationship? Do y'all agree with me? So, where was I at? So we see Lisa and her family have a family night where they wrote down their goals of what they want for themselves, and they share their goals with each other. And her husband admits that 90% of their relationship is business related. And I mean, you can tell that he didn't even have to tell the producers that in his confessional. I mean, it's obvious. Only thing that comes out of Lisa's mouth is work, 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 work. So, she says one of her goals is to be a better listener because she notices that when her kids or even when her husband talks to her, she's on a phone call or she's thinking about work and this, and that. And she says she's going to try to be a better listener. As soon as they get done with the little family night exercise, they're in their bedroom and he's trying to talk to her and tell her that he needs for them to focus more on them. And she right back on the phone working and tells him, hold on. I really have to take this. She's full of shit. She's one of them people that says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but really has no intention. It's just to string her family along with making promises that she knows that she does not want to keep. And he tells her that, you know, her working so much irritates him. Like he's trying to talk to her and tell her how he feels. And she gets offended and says that she doesn't want anyone telling her when to say no and when to cut back because she wants to be a billionaire and should nobody stop her. Well, girl, you're going to be a billionaire. I applaud your grind and your drive, but be prepared to be a billionaire without a husband and your kids not wanting to fuck with you because you were never emotionally or physically there. So you're going to get everything you want at the expense of you losing your family. So I hope that it's all worth it. Like she's so consumed with succeeding that she's failing in as being a mother and a wife. Like I hope seeing herself really makes her change because Lisa is beyond self-absorbed. So Meredith meets with Jen and Heather in a bomb ass, what looked to me like a leather Balmain trench coat with a belt. Ooh, she just looked like money, baby. Fabulous. So Jen asks Heather, you know, what happened with the guy that she left at the party with on last episode. And she says it was short-lived because he don't live there. Girl, that ain't got shit to do with that man not living there. You was a quick fuck. It was a one-night stand. It could have been more if you probably went and threw your pussy at him the first night, but all right. So Heather asks Meredith, is she going to go through her whole phase now that she's separated? And she's like, no, we still have things to work on and this, and that. And so the producers ask her in her confessional, is she not telling the girls a lot on purpose? And Jen says, if I don't tell them anything, there's really nothing to talk about. Jen is smart. Jen is an old smart hoe. Jen know keep your business to yourself. Keep that shit close to the motherfucking vest. So Jen asks Meredith what caused the separation. And she says that their biggest problem is that they need to learn how to communicate with each other more. Bullshit, but okay. So Jen, however, does not believe her and says that she's heard there's more going on than that in her confessional. And I was like, anybody with two eyes can tell that Meredith got new dick. Meredith ain't bit more thinking about Seth. So Whitney and her daddy, aka Chris Angel, have a fun day with the kids, and she thanks him for showing up as a father and a grandfather and not just as someone that needs her help all the time. And he tells her that his therapist thinks that he should leave the program early so he can focus on getting his career back and get him his own place. And you just see worry and trepidation written all over Whitney's face. And she's, of course, concerned because he's only been in the program 21 days and he's supposed to go 90. And she fears that, if he leaves early, they're going to be repeating exactly what they just went through with him relapsing and not fully recovering. And so she even says that to him, like, I think that you need to go to 90 days. And he was like, I'm feeling really confident. I'm really, secure with myself. It is what it is. And he's just adamant about leaving. And at this point, I feel like Whitney just has to wash her hands of the situation. You have tried. You've been emotionally supportive, financially supportive, physically supportive. There's nothing else you can do. He is your father, not the other way around. Sometimes you just gotta let people fall and do as they can, but you cannot continue to stress yourself over this situation. So Heather sits with her girls and tells them that she basically wants to lead the church and live her life the way she wants to live it. And they support her, they understand, and they thank her for being the mother that, she is. So Jen goes to see Whitney at her home. It's a pole dance. And she tries, but she ain't got it. Whitney asks her how she's surviving without the D, with Sharif being gone all the time, and Jen said that she got a vibrator, child. Do I believe that Jen only has a vibrator and that's how she's getting off? No. Jen be fucking too. Jen just the type of bitch to me where she hit it and quit it and gone on about her business. She ain't got no nigga just around, but she fucking somebody else. Please believe several people. Get the fuck out of here. Not no fool. So Jen brings up Meredith and Seth. And I was like, why is she bringing up Meredith and Seth? Like gossiping. Like at the reunion, honey, Jen will be sitting next to Andy because she will be in the hot seat because Meredith ain't fucking with her. Lisa ain't fucking with her. Mary ain't fucking with her. Like she tell everybody business. But it's good for the show because ain't nobody else the villain for real. Somebody got to spill the tea. Or if it wasn't for Jen, it would be a boring show. So Whitney automatically looking at her like, why she bringing up Meredith? But okay. So she implies that Meredith is getting the D from somebody else. And just getting her needs met regardless from somebody else. So Whitney is shocked that she even said that. And she was like, for her to imply something like this, she better be able to back it up. So Whitney says, if they are dating other people, why don't we know? And Jen says, maybe you don't know, but some people might know. Like, I might know the tea, but I ain't gonna tell you. Like, it ain't none of my business. But just the fact that you throwing that bomb out there says a lot about you. Like I said a couple episodes back, Jen the type of bitch you better not never tell your business to, because as soon as she feeling some type of way, or just because she's bored or the wind blew wrong, she gonna tell your damn business to get some type of amusement or entertainment for herself or to get back at you. So, Whitney says, what's going on, Jen? And Jen says, I don't know. You have to ask Meredith. Girl, just the fact that she even playing these types of games. So the producers asked Jen in her confessional, what is it that she's not telling Whitney? And she says, a few months ago, I was in New York for Meredith's trunk show. And there's a guy talking to Meredith. And he's like, she's the love of my life. I'm going to marry her. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure she's married. I'm confused. And he says, don't worry. Make sure Meredith gets upstairs to her room. And this is, and then she was like, so something got to be going on, child. And then the episode goes off, baby. Like, Jen about to start some shit, child. And I can't wait to see how this shit pans the fuck out. Jen is a shit show. Jen is a shit starter. And Jen is a shit talker. And Jen is shitty. But I'm here for the theatrics for the show. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's episode. Overall, I give tonight's episode a C-. It was pretty much a boring episode. It was a filler episode. They kept on showing us clips all week like it was gonna be the episode where they got into it at the little outdoor spa thing and Jen flipped out on Whitney, but that wasn't even tonight's episode, so I don't know why they were showing that commercial all fucking week. But anywho, next week episode look like it's gonna be pretty lit. Make sure you thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell button. Make sure you check out my top 20 books from 2020 video on tomorrow. I have a special edition episode of Behind the Scenes Tea that is dedicated to all of the Marvel and DC and Disney releases. So make sure you guys check that video out. On Friday, on Christmas, there will be no video because of the holidays. So I just want to make sure that I tell you guys happy, Merry Christmas again. Make sure you guys have a wonderful day. Filled with laughter and love and joy. Be safe, wear your mask, enjoy your family, love on everyone, and get some relaxation, get some sexy time, baby. Hug and love on your family members. Tell them that you love them. Tomorrow's not promised for anyone. I thank you for all of you guys' support, for you tuning in, for the thumbs up, for the sharing, for the comments, everything. I love you guys immensely. Have a Merry Christmas, and I will see you after the holiday. Bye, you guys.